What's up, nerds and nerdettes? Hello! Big Johnny G, your buddy, coming at you from the Nerd Wasteland. Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming Two Gun Reviews. All right, so now this is the first Two Gun Reviews we've actually done. We've done a couple of 20-sided shots here and there, which is just basically our thoughts right after a game, just real quick bang out from the 20-sided Warriors. This is the first time this is going to be a full-length review, and that review, as you saw, was for Gale Force Nine's Tyrants of the Underdark. This is a deck-building, area control game for 2 to 4 players, and the box, as you can see right there, the art, I love the art. The art is fantastic. I'm not sure who the artist is, I'm sorry about that, but wow, right out of the park, right out of the dungeon, so to speak. All right, so when you open the game, when you open it up, you get the rule book. Now, I personally, I'm not a big fan of the oversized rule books. They just don't feel comfortable in my hand. It's hard to just grab it and take it and to go read somewhere. If you're on the train, going to work, or back from the gaming store, it's not comfortable. I don't like that. The book itself, the rules, they read okay, but they really needed to do a better job putting it together. They needed to do a better job, I think, just editing some of the phrasings in the game. It took us a while to kind of figure it out. I'm not very happy with it. I think they could have just done a tighter job, but it's all right. Read through it. Make sure you read every word and take it literally, and you probably won't have that big of a problem. But it's all right. It's all right. It'll get you through the game. If you have any questions, you can just go to the How To Play video that we also did for this game if you have any questions, but always read the rulebook first before you check out any video. Next, let me just show you the box itself. Gale Force 9 did a good job, I think, on the inlay for the box. Everything fits in nice. It has its place. You're not going to have a problem putting the game back in. You're not going to have a problem putting the base game back in. Of course, the way everything sits in here, I don't see how there's going to be a lot of room for any expansion stuff if you're going to keep the inlay in. And I know they already have one expansion, Aberrations and Undead, that's scheduled to come out. I don't think it's out yet, but it will be coming out soon. Where are you going to put that? I don't know. If you want to keep the inlay, you're just going to have to dedicate extra space on your shelf to put the other box. But for this game, I really like it. I think it does great for this game by itself. The components in the game, at first I was worried. I thought they were going to be a little bit too tiny. I really did. And they are. I'm used to the 28 millimeter size. These are a little bit smaller than them. I'm not sure the exact size, but you know what? After playing with it, it all works. The size works good. They work good. And the work on them, sorry, this is moving a little bit. The work on the spies is really good. I think they did a good job etching them out. I've seen a lot worse miniatures lately, so that's good. Each house has its own individual style for the troopers, for the trooper representations, your shields. And I think that was a nice touch also. Instead of just going different colors like the spies, unfortunately, all look the same. In a thematic sense, I guess I can rationalize that away as they're spies. All spies look alike. I don't know. But it was nice for the different houses that they have very different looks about them. I thought that was cool. Definitely dug that. The cards, now you're going to get a couple of different decks. First of all, you get 4 half decks. So you can make 2 decks out of it. The game suggests, and this is why if you take 2 decks and you put them together, that's the many cards. And this is what the half deck obviously looks like. Each deck, if you'll notice, if you can see down on the bottom, there's a little symbol. In this case, that's a dragon. See, there's a spider. Represents the drow. And then there's also this symbol here in the bottom corner, which represents elemental. And I know I got down at the bottom of this deck here. No, of course not. Why would I make that simple? Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. And this is the demons, the demon symbol down there. Now, the elemental and the demon decks are a little bit more advanced because they have a couple of different game mechanics. So the game actually suggests that you start with the drow and the dragon decks. And that's a very good choice. I definitely agree with the rule when it said that. It's a good suggestion. Definitely for your first game, you're going to want to stick to those two to make your full deck. And the card quality itself is good. Not great. I'm not overwhelmed by the card quality. But again, I've seen worse, especially lately. So it's good. It's all right. They don't stick together. They slide off real nice and easy. This is the kind of game, if you like deck builders and you like area control games, you might want to definitely think about investing in some card sleeves. Because they're not the greatest quality. And even just a little bit more than average amount of gameplay, you're probably going to see some wear and tear, especially if you have chips around the table and they get on the fingers, you know. What else? You got the chips. These are little victory tokens. These and these site control tokens are really the only tokens in the game that it comes with. The quality is good. I like the quality better than the quality from the cards, actually, to tell you the truth. Very good quality. You can read everything nice and easy. Once you know the symbols, like that represents influence. You know what it means. VP, obviously, victory points. So they did a good job on that. The plastic for these, good. They're not going to be bending or breaking anytime soon. They're very lightweight, so you don't feel them at all. The boards. You got a few different boards out here that you see. The main board is a 4-piece folder, which we're all common seeing. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It doesn't make that big of a footprint on the table, as you can see. But then again, you got the sideboard for the marketplace cards. This is going to add a little room on your table, obviously. And then each player is going to be using one of these 4 identical, other than color and house name, identical player boards, help them keep track of their decks. And this is really cool. Kudos. Bonus point definitely for that. It's even better than the cards, and I love the little player aid, the little cheat cards. And this is even better when it's on a board like that, because that's always right there in front of you. You're always manipulating the board. So this way the rules, the setup to how the gameplay flows is always right in front of the players, keeps it fresh in their mind. Now that brings me to gameplay. I am not, and I've never been a big fan of deck builders. I've had a couple over the years that I've liked, but I've never been a big fan. I went into this mainly, even though I knew it was a deck builder, because it's the same guys that did Lords of Waterdeep, and I love that game. That's the game that actually got me into worker placement games. So I definitely wanted to check this out. I've played Dungeons & Dragons since I was 8 years old. I'm a couple of years older than that now, as you can see. So everything just melded. I had to get this game. I had to try it. And let me tell you, I'm happy I did. I'm definitely happy that this is part of the mighty, growing empire of board games you see here. I'm glad that my players liked it. I'm glad that this is the kind of game that's going to hit the table more than once. Has definitely you can replay this game many times because of the decks. They have the extra expansion coming out. And you can also mix them up. After you get to know the game, and you get to know the cards a little bit, you don't have to just, make a deck that's half dragon, half drow, half demon, half elemental. You could just take them apart, piece by piece. One of the decks with a half deck coming out, undead, well, there are some undead already in here. Maybe you want to make a more complete undead deck. So you can replay this game a lot. And you're going to have different hands coming out. Now, the way the game plays, the part that really confused me the first time I read through it was the way it says, and if you can see on the board, it says there, one of the first things to play a card. You do these in any order. It says, play a card. And that really stuck me for a while until I realized that during your hand, you're playing all 5 of your cards. This, I guess, just means you're playing a card because you're playing them in order. And that matters. Not so much the first few rounds as you're building your deck, but as you're getting those better cards in there, the order that you're playing them in is definitely going to matter to your whole strategy. I kind of think that's why I blew the very first game I played. I wasn't really paying attention to that. So you have 5 cards, and you're going to be playing all 5 of them. You're going to be determining the order of the effects you want to get out of them. I love that mechanism. I think it works great. Like I said, I'm not very big on deck builders. Maybe a lot of them work like that, and you know others that do. Put them in the comments. Let me know. Because I'm telling you I like this game, if you know another game I might like, boom, let me know. Because I definitely want to try playing it. Overall, this game is going to be hitting the 20-sided table a lot. This is maybe taking the place of Lords of Waterdeep. I'm not sure. In fact, me and the guys are planning another day of Lords of Waterdeep just so we can do a comparison. And we're definitely going to be putting that up for you guys to know. But definitely, if you are looking for a new D&D game, if you're looking for a new deck builder or area control game, you enjoy R.A. Salvatore novels, because this really felt like I was in a Salvatore novel. I felt like I was in one of the Drizzt novels. Not as the character, but as someone in one of the houses, the background, the people working against him. They all have their own schemes, their own plots. That's what this game feels like. It doesn't feel like the Dungeon the Dungeon Run game. You're not going to be going in and killing monsters left and right like Drizzt does. This is the background feel. This is the political feel. And it felt good. I liked it. I definitely think this game has a shot at your table, and it definitely might have a shot on your shelf permanently. So, Big Johnny G for 2-Gun Pixie, 2-Gun Review, Tyrants of the Underdark by Gale Force 9. This game is definitely a hit. I am out of here.